Hey guys, so the 100's back. So excited. I have been waiting for this episode since episode 4, since they opened the bunker. I cannot wait to see what happened in those 6 years in that bunker. I'm really excited to see old Octavia back before, I guess, her complete transition to Blood Reina. Want to know what happened. Once again, I did stay away from spoilers and previews. We finally get to know what happened during the dark year. I am beyond excited. I cannot wait. So I'm just gonna get started. This is my reaction to the 100th season 5 episode 11, The Dark Year. Where is everyone?
How the hell did you get here?
Damn it. Why didn't they drag her out?
Just before midnight.
Damn it.
24-hour loop.
She had to tell McCreary because McCreary probably threatened Maddie. But damn it. I feel like I'm either going to be not getting everything that happens in this episode because I'm too excited, or I'm just going to be like really quiet throughout it just because I'm trying to concentrate so much. Space Crew! Oh no, Ken, Murphy, and Shaw? Was that Shaw? Oh no, yeah, it's all of them.
Is there anything you can't fix?
Nope.
Besides my leg? Nope.
Oh.
And what about Allegiance 3? See, that's the look of failure right there.
I just couldn't crack that one. All right, we're all set.
The worms! Oh my god. The goddamn worms. No. No. I'm really liking Echo. Said it. I love when they speak Trig. I don't know why, but I love it. I love that language.
I'd do that if I got caught.
I think torture is a way of changing people's minds.
Love them. Oh my god. This is already better than I expected. I'm just so excited.
Who is she?
Your granddaughter.
How long has this been going on?
6 years. So she did try to stop before. Flashback. Oh my god, are we getting a
You
flashback?
said we had 5 years. We've only been down here for 2. We all know what the answer is.
There's
Cannibalism?
only one potential source.
No.
Give us another solution. There is no other solution.
So crime has to rise. So did they make the crime rise?
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. You already have a gun. Hello, beautiful.
Steal the cannons. Steal the
I mean,
ammunition.
they can't shoot us with what they don't have.
I'm really scared for Murphy, so I don't know if it's true, but he would like the advice to his characters to duck. Oh my god.
I got a better idea.
Shit.
Sean, what the hell are you doing?
Let's go. Take me.
Yes! Oh my god, I'm loving this. Oh, yes. Raven's mad.
Welcome.
Raven's had some
Hey, John.
Problems.
Still want a gun?
Oh, hell yeah.
Murphy. Raven. She can't lose someone she cares about again. Raven's been through so much. She just deserves all the happiness in the world. I'm so happy Shaw followed them out. Raven's definitely pissed. I feel like she told him to stay in the cave because she doesn't want him in any unnecessary danger because she's scared something's going to happen to him. Since Raven can never be happy. She deserves to be happy. On the other hand, oh, there is that moment where Shaw was like awing at Raven and he's like, is there anything you can't fix? And she's like, besides my leg. And Murphy like looked, oh, my Murphy. But I saw on Pinterest or something that Murphy dies. They were like, a lot of people were saying that Murphy's gonna die, and then Richard Harmon said that his advice to his character was to duck, which doesn't sound like good advice, and he did say, see you on the other side this season, and we all know that's never a good thing. See you on the other side's never a good thing, so I'm scared. That was like foreshadowing something.
Put herself between a bullet and my child without even blinking. She's a brave woman.
She is. I really like Dio's and Kate's friendship.
What about this war?
High casualties. Both sides.
Yeah.
Wonkru will suffer losses at the border. And once they get in, with their numbers advantage and training, the Red Queen will reign over the Green Valley.
Octavia lost her way to happily ever after a long time ago.
She's acting like she can make the decision for you. She decides who lives and who dies. Don't you let her decide for me. Not for me. If I die, you're never gonna forgive yourself.
It's okay. It'll get started up again. Flashback! Oh my god, I'm loving the flashbacks. Did Oh my
I
god.
need to see us do this. We all know the situation. What we do here now, we do to survive. We're all that's left of the human race. Wash it down with the vegetable broth. It'll make it easier.
One year.
I don't know if I can do this.
They're
I keep
cute.
thinking about the fighting pets. Their faces.
Don't let their sacrifice go to waste.
Oh my goodness.
Enter.
We all need to make this choice for ourselves.
There is no choice.
Oh, Abby's against Keen on this.
If you don't eat, you starve.
People who don't want to eat are leaving. So, Dioza predicted that the Red Queen is going to win the battle for Eden. Of course, by that time, we don't know how much of Eden's going to be left. Her winning is basically based on the fact that she has higher numbers and that all her people are well trained. However, the worms, that's going to dwindle their numbers. And if they lose people, then it's going to be harder for them to take Eden if they lose their numbers. That's the advantage they have right now.
But we're on the wrong side of this war. Living with ourselves is another story.
Her wisdom, Commander Wisdom.
Here, each position has
Well,
two
battle
bosses
strategy.
on either side. He's using my playbook. My battle plan deployment formations, weapons distributions, first strike options, counter moves. Everything I could think of.
Everybody out.
Miller. Bellamy. I get that he's mad at Miller, but Miller lived 6 years in hell.
Set some things straight.
Fine, I accept your terms.
I'm not fighting for you. I'm fighting to get back to my family.
I obviously don't agree with everything Octavia has done, but to be honest, I feel like a lot of the decisions she made, except for burning the farm, that is by far the decision I am most upset with her. Living 6 years in hell, it's just, it'd be too much. Like, I know I personally wouldn't have been able to handle it too well. I probably would have gone crazy too, which is obviously what's happened here. But the whole eating people, just like, I can barely eat animals. I can't. Like, I wish I could be vegetarian. I wish I could be vegan. That would be great. But I can't. And I feel so bad whenever I eat meat to be in that position where they had to do that in order to survive, because for what they know, they are all that remains. They didn't know about Allegius. Dio's battle strategies. I'm loving it. Thankfully, we have Dio's on our side. Like I said, McCreary isn't a very good tactician. Well, I'm guessing he's not. Dio's is definitely going to help a lot. Oh, they're back at their home.
You don't need to explain. Yes, I do. No way. I won't take away their choice. We can't let them starve. If they die from malnutrition, their muscles will atrophy, and there won't be enough meat on their bones. I can't hear this. You have to hear this. What do you want me to do? Make it a crime not to be a cannibal. And then we deal with supply. Supply? These are my people you're talking about. I know that. They're mine too. Marcus is the key. You convince him. And the rest will follow.
Abby. Why wasn't Indra and... I guess that's what Indra meant when she let her burden it alone. Octavia had to do what Abby said.
We honor those who died so we could live. I give all of myself to you. You know that. And so did they.
That's how the tradition started. We're not eating.
This isn't a choice.
For me, it is. One of the men in the arena yesterday was my brother.
She's trying.
He gave his life so you could live. So we all could.
I mean no disrespect.
You are Wonkru. You are an enemy of Wonkru. Choose. You eat or you die. Please don't do this.
Davey, this isn't you. Please put down the gun.
He's crying.
Take a bite. Do it.
She can't even look at.
You eat or you die.
Davey, please. I'll eat.
She's doing it to get to Kane. Abby.
It was me.
She's blaming herself for what Balderina became too. Maddie. Is she carrying them? Maddie. She's gonna do something.
Can you still be against Octavia after what your mom said went on down there?
She murdered her own people to break their will.
I know that.
It was Abby's idea.
As awful as it was, taking away their choice, putting it all on her, she bore it so that they didn't have to.
To.
Just like you at that weather.
I never told you that story.
Like
You never told me a lot of things. I'm ashamed of you.
Listen here.
If you want us with you at the front.
No. We got this.
They need to stay back.
We're leaving the tents here.
They're gonna have their own little area for Space Crew. They passed the worms though, because Clark said that it was only 50 miles. It was 50 miles back to Polis. So she left the worms 50 miles back to Polis. If they're already at the end of their rations, then it's been a while. They've passed it.
It's been 4 days. We're about to go to war. Maybe you should forgive me for saving your life.
Cause
I'm not mad at you for saving my life. I'm mad at you for making me care about yours. Understand?
oh my god. She's missing Melody.
I'll tell my people.
Your people?
Save it for the enemy.
Her people are the people that follow the commander.
Go at first alert.
That's why she has the thing.
Once we're in the valley, everything we had to do to get there, it'll make sense. You'll see.
That's why she wanted to
I
get there.
hope you're right. I have to be.
Kane and Dioza. What are they doing?
Baby?
Fine.
Good.
How's your name?
Good. Cares? What are you doing?
I won't let the devil in this garden.
Kane. No. No, come on, guys. I was on your side. Devil's already in the garden. He's already in the garden. No! My question is Kane and Dioza turning themselves in part of the plan? I mean, I get what he feels for Blood Arena, especially after the Dark Year, taking away their choice. Does he know that was Abby's idea, though? That Abby was the one to tell Octavia that she had to take away the choice. I don't think Kane knows that. Clark told McCreary because Clark's mama bear and she's going to protect her daughter, even though it's the wrong choice to make strategically and the wrong choice to make morally. I mean, I guess not morally, because you're going to let them die. But at the same time, you let them live, they kill other people, and there's never a good moral decision in this show. Even not eating during the Dark Year would cause all the people who did eat to feel the guilt and shame for them eating while these people were strong and they were able to resist. When they ended up dying, they'd have no protein on them, so they would essentially not be able to help in any way. I really like that we got to see Echo as a leader in a leadership role. I mean, we did know she was a spy for Azgeta, and she was also the war chief after the City of Light, since theirs died. She's a good strategist and everything. Diyoza helps them. Now I'm wondering if Diyoza and Kane are actually going to help McCreary or not. Like, people switch sides constantly. At the end, when Diyoza and Kane were there, McCreary is saying, "Is the baby okay?" And he's like, "Good." I was like, what? Like, does he actually have feelings for that? Like, does he actually care about that? I'm interested in seeing that. So we saw the flashbacks through Abby's telling of it, which was interesting. I thought we were going to get more of Octavia's telling of it. I also kind of wanted to see like Miller's telling of it, because like it would show like his loyalty. I'm kind of hoping that there will be more Dark Year flashbacks and information that comes out in the next 2 episodes, because I feel like this one was it wasn't as dark and gruesome as I thought they were going to be. I mean, obviously it's horrible. I know a lot of people were like, oh, I don't care what happened to the Dark Year, Octavia has no right in doing what she's doing. It's all like, I mean, yeah, you can feel like that, but she wanted to give her people a choice. She didn't want to kill her people, and there was no one there to counter what Abby was saying. It was just Octavia. And I feel like that's what Indra said. She had to bear it alone. And what Maddie said about Octavia, she bared it so they didn't have to, just like Clark. I like that, because that's kind of what I've been thinking this whole season, is that Octavia's done some horrible things because she had to. In a way, it was to protect her people before the bunker was open. Because now that the bunker's open, everything changed. A lot. She sees that possibility of Eden, and she's going for it. She does not want to stay there. That's why when she was telling Indra, it'll all be worth it, like everything we did will make sense. And Indra and everyone's like, we hope so, and she's like, it has to. She's just like, this monster I became has to be for a reason. I did not do all of this for nothing. That the horrible thing she did was to get them to survive and get them to Eden. She said she wanted peace, even though Bellamy didn't believe her. I feel like she wants peace in Eden. But surrendering was never an option for her. That's what confuses me. Given the Grounder culture and giving the bunker for 6 years, I probably wouldn't have surrendered either. I tried to do things differently, but then again, there weren't that many options. It was just a horrible, difficult situation that they had to try to get. But she did accept that she'd accept their surrender, and they'd live in the valley. Bellamy and Space Crew would get, I think, 80 acres. I can't see it happening, but I wish it would. Burning the farm. I feel like she saw the farm as a last obstacle to get out of that bunker and to get everyone away from that bunker and not have to see that bunker ever again or have to deal with it. Like, she wants to get away from that. Like, she's saying that everything I did will be worth it if we make it to this valley. We make it to the valley, and then me having to kill people, me having to eat people, having to kill people for not wanting to eat people, especially the guy who was like, my brother was in that arena yesterday. Like, that could be his brother, you know? And she tried to like explain he died so we could live. She's trying to get him to see it through words, and once he doesn't, she knows that she has to turn Cain so that everyone will eat. That's kind of what Abby told her to do, and she did. And she's holding the gun and crying, and when she shoots and she has to look away. That's why she had to become Blood Reina. That's why she had to put the cold exterior on. You know, she can't let her emotions get in the way. If she's crying every time, they'd see it as a form of weakness. The thing is, what Octavia became was not entirely her doing. There were a lot of external factors, including Indra, Gaia, Abby, the Dark Year. She became who her people needed at that time. And now that the time is different, they need a different leader. All she's thinking about is getting them to Eden and getting away from that bunker and never having to see that place again and never having to relive those memories. We had Abby versus Cain on the whole. Like, Cain didn't want to eat the cube. He said it was his choice. People followed him. Abby was like, you have to get people to eat by whatever means necessary. You have to start killing people and get them to eat. And Cain is the key. She said Cain is the key. He was the key in getting everyone to comply. It hurt her to kill them. You could see it on her face. Maddie wanted to kill McCreary, and with the wisdom of the commander, she knows the things that Clark has done. And she pointed out to Clark, like, Octavia bore it so they didn't have to, just like Clark did in Mount Weather. And Clark hadn't told her about Mount Weather. She got all that from Lexa. Oh my god. I wish we could have seen that. And Maddie questioned her, like, how can you still be against her after, like, what Abby told us? Like, she didn't want to do this. Like, she had to become this person, and Abby had a part of it, and she had to bear it alone. Clark, after she bore the weight of the mountain, she left. And she wasn't the only one who had that hard decision. Bellamy had to make it too, and he stayed, and we saw how that affected him. But Clark got to leave. And obviously she was battling with everything she did, but she didn't have to see their faces every day. Bellamy did, and we saw how that changed him in season 3, and now we see how it changed Octavia, because she couldn't leave. She couldn't just do all this horrible thing and bear everything and then just be away from them, not having to see their faces. Like, she had to see their faces every day. She had to see that little cube of meat every day and know that they're all dying unless they eat this thing, unless they commit this sin. As she said, the people saw it as a sin, which, yeah, it's horrible. And she's the one that had to lead that. She's the one who had to take the first bite. She had to face it every day. She had to, like, see what she had created with the pits because of the population problems. And she had to see the decision that she made about eating people. She had to see that decision every day. She had to see the people who didn't want to. She had to see them eat. She had to see their faces and the guilt and how horrible they saw it to do this. But they had to, and she had to see that every day. She didn't get any escape from the things she did. Like Clark, obviously, she had that, I think it was 3 months period where she was away. Yeah, she said, having to look at their faces and knowing what I did to get them here. Like, she couldn't live with that. Bellamy stayed. You know, he pulled the lever too. He went down a similar, or not similar, but he went down a dark path. He ended up killing all those grounders and everything. And now this was Octavia's turn, and obviously it's more of an extreme because it is 6 years. Bellamy and Clark, they were like 3 months. Octavia had 6 years of this. And she looked like Octavia. She looked like Octavia. She was saying, these are my people. I don't want to do this. I'm not going to take away their choice. Like, that was Octavia. That was the Octavia that unfortunately had to come up with the solution to the fighting pits because of population. She could have done what the Ark did and just kill everyone, but she decided to at least give them a chance. She was struggling with that, and then this entire problem presented itself, and that's known as the Dark Year. And after it was over, she didn't want to talk about it. It was just really sad to see Octavia, like, saying she's not going to kill her people for not being cannibals. And again, all those decisions for her to make, and then having to stay there, and she didn't get a break like Bellamy and Clark did. I mean, we saw Clark going through hell, being alone, but then she found Maddie, and obviously Maddie helped, but she must have gone through so much pain inside. And we saw Bellamy dealing a bit with the fact that he left Clark behind, but he and Space Crew were safe. Space Crew had the problem with the algae, but they eventually solved it, and they had, 6 years of peace. So did Clark. Like, we saw Clark ready to kill herself, and that was very emotional. And we also saw that in Octavia last episode when she was thinking of slitting her wrist. Her mentality is like, I can't just kill myself and leave my people like this. Like, she bore it, and she still holds on to that while she leads, and that's why she wants to get away from that bunker. And she's like, if I die, it has to be like a warrior's death. And I feel like that's also a part of why she wants to go to war. Like, she's okay with dying. She's definitely okay with Guy, and like, she didn't even flinch when Guy threw that spear at her last episode. She's just done. She's just ready to go to Eden. She's ready to get the hell away from that bunker, get her people there, and knowing that once her people are there and once her people are safe, what she did had a purpose. It wasn't for nothing. Maddie telling Clark and saying that she was ashamed of Clark. I'm sorry, but thank you. Yes, Maddie. Like, they've all made horrible, horrible, horrible decisions. And the thing is, we've seen it from one side, and this season we're seeing it from multiple sides, so it's a little bit different. This season, she hasn't been my favorite, which is crazy, because Octavia is still my favorite character, and even though the decisions she's made are horrible, and her whole dark side and everything added just an amazing element to this story, even though it annoys a lot of people. Clark annoyed me because she's thinking too much with her heart, but the thing is, it's understandable. She has a daughter now. She's going to think with her heart. She's not going to care about anything else than keeping her daughter safe. If I was in that situation, I'd do the same thing. But I could also see myself, if I didn't have a daughter, being on Bellamy's side or being on Octavia's side, making different decisions based on the situation that I'm in. This show, you can take anyone's side in this show, and there are reasons. And I've always identified a lot with Octavia. That's why Octavia is my favorite. But anyways, when Bellamy came in with Echo's strategy plan that they cooked up with Diosa and everything, getting to the valley and accepting the surrender is a much different case. And is she gonna actually accept a surrender if they actually do surrender? Or is she just gonna kill them? That's up to her. I don't know what she's gonna do about that. I feel like she should just accept their surrender. Obviously there's gonna be some risk with that, but you know, just for the sake of peace. Like if you kill everyone, you kind of guarantee peace in a way, which sounds horrible. I hope they make it. I'm so worried about Diaz and Cain with the whole like, I'm not letting the devil in this. I'm just like, the devil's already in there. It's gonna get in that garden in any situation. It's gonna be in there. Like there's nothing you can do about that. Whether it's an Octavia or whether it's a McCreary or a new threat, who knows? Like it's gonna be there. This war is happening. If Cain really does help McCreary and he's doing all of this because he doesn't want Octavia in, he's killing his own people too. He's betraying Wonkru and all those people who are following Octavia whether they want to or not. I don't know. Like I said, there's never a right or wrong answer in this show. Anyways, when they were talking, when Miller went to give Bellamy his hand and Bellamy's just like nothing, and Miller like, I know a lot of people are annoyed with Miller too, but Miller is just so incredibly loyal. So much has happened that has made him loyal to Octavia, and that says a lot. I love Miller. You know, it's that whole thing that like Nyla said, like, how do you explain the sun to someone who's never seen it? You weren't in that position, so you never really know. But when they were talking after he did that, and Bellamy was like, I'm doing this to get my family, like excluding Octavia. Right now his main family is Space Crew, and I know it hurt her, and I don't know if he was saying it to hurt her, to like show her like, I don't know who you are anymore, like you're not my sister, like I'm doing this to save my family. I mean, Bellamy even said, I wish I could have been here to help you, take the burden off you. I wish that I knew what made you like this, because he doesn't. And like, you wish he could understand, but he can't, because he wasn't there. I'm wanting to see like what's going to happen after this episode, where it's like, are people going to be more upset with Abby after learning her role in all of this, or are people just going to put all the blame on Octavia? Like, I'm just wondering, because we do see Abby has a big part in all of this. So now on to Raven and Shaw. Oh my god, I was so happy that finally happened when she was like, I'm not mad at you for coming to save me, I'm mad at you for, you know, making me care about your life. Yes, finally. I'm just so happy. I love them. And then Echo looking at them, she's obviously missing Bellamy, and I know a lot of people are hating Becco and everything, but they obviously do care for each other, so person loves who they love, so can't really do much about it. I mean, you can try, but that's not really nice. I'm just so happy for Raven. She deserves happiness, and I swear to God, if something happens to Shaw, I'm gonna cry so bad. Like, one, because I really like Shaw's character, but mostly because Raven deserves to be happy, okay? And they're in the middle of this war and everything, and if Cain and Diaz are going to betray them, like, casualties, more casualties, and then in a sense, Cain is going to be killing his own people just so Octavia doesn't get in. So he's kind of like lumping everyone in one crew with Octavia and potentially killing a lot of people, one of which could include Indra, who is a friend who has helped him, along with the lives of Space Crew, who are going to fight on one crew side from the inside. Once again, episode 10 out of 10. Like always, I know last time I said 9 out of 10. I kind of want to say 9 out of 10 again, just because I kind of wanted a lot more of the dark here. Like, I want to know, and I'm hoping in the next 2 episodes there will be a little bit more information about it. Kind of wanted to see it more from Octavia's point of view, although I did like how they did it with Abby's point of view, because it shows, you know, Abby's part in Blood Reina. I know a lot of people hating her, and not a lot of people want her to die, but seriously, her character is fascinating to me. The whole one crew culture is fascinating to me. I'm excited for more Raven and Shaw moments. A little bit of happiness we're getting in the middle of this entire shitstorm. We get little Raven and Shaw bits, so I'm like really excited. I loved this episode. I was so excited to see more of the dark year. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more gruesome though. The way they presented it, it felt different from what we've been seeing, and I think a lot of it had to do because Octavia in that time was still Octavia. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Anything I didn't say, I'll add in little notes as always. We have 2 episodes left. We have part 1 of the finale next week. Holy crap. Like, we're at the finale. Oh my god, we're at the finale. It's a 2-part finale. I can't believe it. I can't wait for season 6. So much is yet to happen. So much still needs to happen. Like, oh, I'm gonna be a crazy 2-part finale. I've been loving the season so far. So far, it has been my favorite season. I hope you guys enjoy these reactions. Like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I will see you guys next week for part 1 of the season finale. Thank you for watching. It means so much to me.